Good morning students, this is Venkat. Today I am going to start new lesson that's in your class 8, the 4th unit, that is the polar region. So what lesson I am going to be start today? The polar region. So what is mean by polar region and what are the different type of seasons in the polar regions and vegetation of polar regions and the people who are living in the region of polar region and their lifestyle and who are the people they are contact with these members. These all the things we are going to be learn today's in our lesson. Come to that, what is polar region? We know that 0 degree latitude is called as equator, and the equator divides the earth into two equal halves, that is North Pole and also the northern hemisphere and also the southern hemisphere. On northern side we have that 90 latitudes and southern side also we have that 90 latitudes. Totally we have that 180 latitudes we have. Next we have those some special latitudes, 0 degree latitudes to 23 and half. The 23 and half degree northern latitude is called as Tropic of Cancer. 23 and half degree the south is called as Tropic of Capricorn, and 66 and half degree north is called as Arctic Circle, and 66 and half degree south is called as Antarctic Circle. These are all the points we learned in the previous classes and also we will learn in the first lesson also. Let's come to that 66 and half degree to above latitudes, and those areas are having that very cool temperature. It is also called as cold temperature, means the temperature is very severe. Severe temperature means very cold temperatures we can find in between the areas of 66 and half degree to 90 degrees of latitudes, even in south and also the north. In our lesson we are going to be learning that above 66 and half degree to 90 degree in the north is called as Arctic Circle or Arctic region. Arctic Circle and also called as polar regions. So polar we can form this both sides, either in north and also the south, but the north polar region is called as Arctic Circle. So the north polar region is called as Arctic Circle. In the Arctic Circle we found these cool temperatures, that is also in some time it goes to that minus degrees also, -5, -10, -20 also. And here this area is also called as tundra. Tundra means very cold. So the north 66 and half degrees to 90 degrees are called as Arctic Circle, and this Arctic Circle is also called as polar region or is called as tundra region. See in your textbook, here the white color symbolized for Arctic region and here others called as polar regions. And here tundra, here also we can find this tundra vegetation. Tundra means very cold. So what we are going to be learning in this one? First we are going to be learning this seasons of the polar regions. There are two seasons particularly in the polar region. One is called winter, one is called summer. First I go with the winter. Winters are very cold in the region of polar regions, and the soil is also, we cannot form a soil. The land or soil covers with the thick ice. The soil covers with the thick ice, and because of the thick ice, this ice cannot give a chance for growing the plants or trees also. So there is no chance for growing the plants and the trees at the time of winter time. And also that particularly at the time of November, December and also the January, in these 3 months we found this very severe winter. Then here in these 3 months they never get that daytime. Example take, in our India we have that 12 hours daytime and 12 hours nighttime, that sharing of day and night. But in the region of polar region we cannot find this this type of alternative system like a day and night and day. But here is continuously day and continuously night. So continuously day and continuously night, we know that we studied in the last lesson the country which is called as land of midnight sun. So that Norway. In the Norway, even in the night 12 o'clock also they found this sun. So you can say that the country is called as the land of midnight sun is called as Norway. So that is also found near to the polar regions only. So here there is no day and the night in the region of polar region. 6 months continuously daytime and 6 months continuously nighttime, because here the earth looks like in horizon to the sky. It means it looks like near to the sky. Because of all the other factors, here the day and the night is come to that differences compared to our areas. So 6 months of daytime and 6 months of nighttime. So one more time, winters are very severe. Extreme cold we can find in the region of polar region. And also here is ice. The complete area is covered with the ice. And there is, because of the ice, this ice cannot give a chance for growing a plant or a tree. Particularly in the November, December and January time, there is a heavy severe time. And here also completely 6 months at night time we can find that even there is no light is available in this time. And also that one more thing is, here at the time of winter time, the animals and also that the birds will migrate to the other areas. Animals and the birds are migrate because at the time this area is not suitable for living. Even that animals are migrating. Take an example, if it is in a globe, it is called as polar regions. Comparatively this northern side, if they go to the southern side, temperature is somewhat good. So the birds and animals, they are migrating to the other countries and other areas, because in the northern side of the polar regions they have the severe cold. So the region, the birds and animals are migrating to the other countries, particularly at the time of winter. And also there is a even small plant also cannot grow at the time of winter. Here, then come to that in summer time. At the end of the winter, start with that day 1 hour of time, daytime. Next it goes to the 2 hours of daytime. Next 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Like day by day, the daytime is going to be increased when the summer is going to start, because the winter is ended and summer is going to start. And the summer is going to start, the daytime will come to that 1 hour for a day, 2 hours for a day, 3 hours for a day. It can be increased like that. After that, completely the 24 hours, the day is also going to be changed. Because take an example from the February, March, April, May, at the time the summer is also going to be starts. Here is the time of summer and the difference between the summer and winter. In the winter, they never found even some of the light also. But in the summer, light cannot be available like in our country. You see that in the morning 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, how the light is going to be available, dim light. That much of light is available in the region of polar regions. So in the polar region, there is no difference between the summer and the winter. Both are looks like the same, but comparatively winter, summer is having somewhat warm, somewhat dim light temperature, somewhat good temperature for staying to the animals and also the birds. And also here also 6 months of daytime is also available in the region of summer. And in the time of summer, because of the warmness means the sun cannot stand straight on the how the sun is standing in our country. It will be like a horizon, like in other side. Because of the warmness, because of the warm temperature, the ice is going to be melted. We know that icebergs. Iceberg means the sheet of ice. You know, in some countries, the iceberg size is more than one country's size also. In some of the countries, we know that the movie name is called Titanic. Titanic ship was dimpled to the water, or else the accident was occurred because of the iceberg given dash to the Titanic ship. So iceberg is the floating of ice on the water. Some of the iceberg size is also looks like a one country size. So these all are moving from one place to other places. So icebergs comes from the polar regions only. Because of the warmness, then the ice is going to start melting, and in the region of summertime, the people, they're going to be found this some of the soil instead of the ice. There are some little plants and some of the things we know that scrubs and grasses and flowering plants is also sprouts can be found here in the region of polar region. So did you get, once you try to understand that what type of temperatures can be found in the region of summer and also in the region of winter. Clear? That is the summer and also the winter. Now come to the vegetation. So vegetation here is, the soil is different. The soil is called as permafrost. Permafrost means the soil in the region of polar region is covered with the thick ice, and this thick ice cannot give a chance for growing the plants. And first thing, the roots cannot percolate into the ice. The first problem. So the soil in the region of polar region, it is called as permafrost. And also after that winter and in summer, this ice is going to melt. There is a chance to be get there some of the soil, and the soil is also very strong. And this soil cannot give a chance for growing the big trees. So there is no chance for growing the big trees, because in the region of polar region, very strong winds can be blows. Very strong winds blows because of the blowing of winds. For example, the tree is growing, and because of these winds are going very fast, and these winds can uprooted these trees also. So the reason there is no chance of growing the trees in the region of polar region. One more time, vegetation. The soil in the region of Arctic region, or else called as polar region, is permafrost soil. Permafrost. Perma means the area is covered with the ice, and this ice cannot give a chance for growing the plants. Next, come to that. In the summer time, this ice is going to melt, and that they can form some of a little bit soil, and that soil is giving chance for growing the plants. But there is a very heavy fast winds can found in the region of polar region. Because of the fast blowing of winds, there is no chance of growing the trees. So they can form this only 6 months of time. They can form some of the flowering plants and some grasses, these things, but there is no chance of growing the trees because of the fast blowing of winds. Let's come to that. What are the different type of people are living in the region of polar region? People in the region of polar region is called as Eskimos. So Eskimos is a one type of people. They are living in the region of polar region, and these people main occupation was hunting and also the fishing. Hunting and fishing is the main occupation of the Eskimos, and these are the people only they are staying in the region of polar region. So these members are suitable to live in the region of polar region. Other people they never. So what is the occupation of these members? These members' occupation was hunting and also the gathering. There are two types of people that you can find in the region of polar region. One is called as Inuit and also called as Yupik. There are two types of people that you can find in the region of polar region is called as Inuit and also called as Yupik. And first will be know that what is the meaning of Eskimos. Eskimos is meaning was that is called as snowshoe nature. It means these are the people, they believe that they came from the ice, otherwise called as snow. Thus you can say that people of Eskimos, they are feeling that they came from the snow. That's why they are saying that meaning of Eskimos was snowshoe nature. What is the meaning of Eskimos? Snowshoe nature. Next, there are two types of people in the region of Eskimos. One is called as Inuit and also called as Yupik. Inuit and also called as Yupik. The meaning of Inuit and Yupik was the feeling they are called as real people. They believe that they are the real people. Next come to that, what are the languages of these members? These members' language was Aleut, and other one is called as Yupik. Another one you can say that Inupiq. So there are three types of languages of the people of Eskimos. One is called as Aleut, one is called as Yupik, other one is called as Inupiq. So what is this? These are called as languages, and these languages, they don't have the script. Script means what I am writing with the English letters. So English language, they have a script. So this is called as Aleut, this is called as Yupik, this is called as Inupiq. So these are the some three different type of languages, and these languages, they don't have the script, but they have the dialect. Dialect means what we are talking is called as dialect. Conversation. So I'm saying, I'm talking with you, so that's the English language. You understand that what the language I'm talking with. But the people of Eskimos, they have three different languages. One is called Aleut, one is called Yupik, one is called Inupiq. And these three languages, they can use only for dialects, but they don't have the script also. That's one of the problem of Eskimos. From where these people came? 5,000 years before, all the people came from Siberia. So 5,000 years before, these people, they came from Siberia. Siberia is a place or a country that you can found in the region of Russia. Present is called as Russia, that we found in Asia and also Europe. So 5,000 years before, these Eskimos came from Siberia, and also that these members, they are moving to the other areas like Alaska, even in Canada, even in Greenland. So now the people of Eskimos, they can found in the region of Siberia, Alaska, Canada, even in Greenland. Now present in Siberia, there are 2,000 people they found in the region of Siberia, and also called as 30,000 people they can found in the region of Alaska, and also that 22,500 people they found in the region of Canada, and also that 43,000 people they can found in the region of Greenland. So one more time, the people of some Eskimos, they came from 5,000 years before, and So present they found in the region of Siberia 2,000 people. In Alaska that is 30,000 people. Canada that is 22,500 people. In Greenland 43,000 people they found in these areas. So how they are living in these areas. Now come to that group life. So these people, they are isolated. Isolated means separated from our modern world. They are different. They are staying in the region of polar side. And here is in the group life, one are individual people. They cannot live that individually. They live like a group. Take an example, in the region of Alaska, there are 500 villages are there. So there are 500 villages in the region of Alaska, and each village they form this group of people between 35 to 45 people group they can form this. So in which village they form this 35 to 45 people, and they have that lot of cooperation and coordination between one group to other group also, because in one village they have that 45 to 50 people, and also that they have a very good contact with the other group, and they also have that very good friendship between the one group to other group, because they require coordination. Without coordination they cannot survive in the region of polar region, because the condition of polar region is very bad. So because of that factor they require the coordination, and the coordination they have between one group to other group. Even because these members' main occupation was hunting and also the fishing. If they want to hunt the animals, like they want to hunt the caribou. Caribou is the biggest one that you can see in your textbook also. And here is hunting of caribous and hunting of seals, even that whales also. They require that more people. Take an example, caribou hunting. If they want to hunt the caribou, they require that good tools, otherwise called as weapons, and also that they require that more support from the other group also, because in one group they found maximum for 20 male people. For hunting the caribou they require only the males, and a female cannot hunt the caribous. So they require the more strength. So they believe that the strength can found only with the male people. Because of that factor, by using the arrows, bows, very sharp arrows, next come to the bows, and they have one more instrument name is called as harpoons. It is called as harpoon is a one type of instrument that is also having that some different type of grip. See, this is called as harpoon. So by using the harpoon and also the tools like weapons, very sharp weapons, by using that, group of people, minimum 30 to 50 members are required for hunt the caribous. All together they will hunt the caribous. At the time of hunting the caribous, there is a lot of accidents. There are a lot of members are also going to be lost their life also. This is one of the point. Even that seals and also the whales are very important in their also. For example, how they are hunting the caribous. Caribous hunting is a very dangerous hunting. So they will arrange the stones like a human being, and they will arrange on the top of the mountains, and every those who are going to be hunt the animals, they will be hiding the sides. So the caribou is coming very fast by seeing that human beings. So when the caribou is coming very fast at the time, all people together they will hunt the caribous. So they believe that caribou is the one which providing that more food to the people of Eskimos. So they like to hunt the caribous, the seals, and also that whales also. Then come to the food habits of these members. To take an example of food habits or a food. So meat and fishes are common in their food habits. So one is the meat and the fish is the main common, because they don't have that vegetables, because these areas was not suitable for growing the vegetables in the polar regions. So the reason the meat and fishes was the compulsory, and they believe that this and also that the wood. For boiling that, let's call it, for roast the meat and fish, they require the wood. But the wood is scarce in the region of polar regions. Scarce means very less. Because of the scarce, they like to eat that raw meat and raw fish. After hunting the whales and the seals, they'll get the oil, whale oil and the seal oil, and this meat they'll dip into the whales or seal oil. They will eat the raw, because they have that lot of scarce that food, wood. So because of the scarce of wood, they like to follow that meat and the fish. They will dip into that the seal and also the whale's oil. They will eat the raw meat. That's the food habits of the people. Next, come to that shelter. Eskimo shelter was, they have that boot. Boot means like a shoes, biggest till the biggest one. That boot like an army boot. We know that army people, they are wearing the boot, biggest one. Particularly if they are going to the Jammu and Kashmir, some other areas, they are wearing the boot. So the boot of the people of Eskimos is called as muklaks. So muklaks is a boot. If an example is human being's leg, the boot is this till here. So muklaks is the boot. It's compulsory wearing, because the weather conditions of polar region is so difficult, extreme cold. For the purpose of that, they like to wear that muklaks. And also next one, you can say that parkas. So male parka is the long one. Even that women parkas also. So the trousers and the jackets are compulsory for the male, and this top to bottom they will wear the one dress only. In the time of winter they are wearing that 2 layers of cloth, but in summer they are wearing that 1 layer of cloth. And these are the clothes they are making with that animal skins only. Then come to that shelter. I didn't explain. I think shelter, they have the 2 types of shelters. One is called as igloo. Igloo is made with the ice blocks, and inside of the igloos they will arrange with the animal skins also for the purpose of heat also. Even that the blubber can be used like a energy. Blubber means the fat that you can find the down of the animal skins, that is called blubber. So people, they have the 2 types of shelters. One is called a igloo, is a house that is going to be constructed with the ice blocks, and also they will use the tent also. Tents. The tent means the tent is also made with the animal skins. We know that the whales is the biggest one. The ribs, this is the part is called as ribs. The whale's ribs is also using in the region of Alaska for like the houses only. On top of the whales, they will be arranged with the animal skins. Inside the people, they are going to be live there. So there are different type of houses are going to be using by the people of Eskimos. One is called a igloo, one is called a tent. The tent is made with the animal skins, and also they also use the ribs of whales also using in the constructions of the tent, particularly in the region of Alaska side. And this is called as dressing, muklaks and parkas also used by the people. and they have some different type of beliefs, that you can see the religious beliefs. They will perform that some different type of pujas when they will get the good fishes. Otherwise, when they didn't find any good fishes, or else called as when they didn't get any hunt, and they will do some different type of rituals by using the shamans like in our priest. Similarly, there also they have the shamans, because the people of Eskimos, they believe the life after death also. Next is called as recreation. Recreation is entertainment. These people, they have some different type of recreation, like throwing of harpoons. If the people, those who will throw much distance, they got the win. Throwing of harpoons. Next come to that wrestling, and also one more is called as racing, like a running race. These are some different type of races are going to be conducted in the region of polar region sites. And also now, how these people they conduct. Present days, these people is also using that modern technology in those areas. They have the power supply. When in some of the areas, they're also using the permanent houses constructions. We have one more is calling as kayak is a one. They can use that for catching the fishes. One person can sit inside of the kayak. They can catch the fishes in the mud waters, and that is also replaced with the mechanical boat. And one more you can say the sledge. Sledge is a one. For the purpose of traveling one place to other place, they are using that dogs. So you can say the sledge is a one dog's cart, and that is also replaced with the motor. So nowadays, almost all the people of polar region is also changed with the modernly, because they have some contact with the European countries. So because of the contact, this member, there is some development. At the same time, there is some losses also occurred. These are the other country people. They brought some different type of diseases. Nowadays, the people of polar region, they are struggling with some different diseases also. So why the people of other continents, they are in contact with these members? Because of the lot of demand of caribous, seals and whales, and because of those factors, they have some good contact, and nowadays these people is also modernized. So one more time I will revise what the part today I explained that. So where the polar region comes, and types of seasons of polar regions, what is the vegetation of polar region, people of polar regions, and after the people, what is the profession of these members, hunting, and also next the people of shelter and food habits of these members, and come to the dressing style, next religious beliefs, and wrestling, come to the recreation, finally the contact with other members. So these are some different type of positions of the people of polar regions. Try to read the lesson, the doubts we can also ask when I have the live class. Thank you very much.